Hey there. Hi. Well, my Jlog is going to be a little different today. We've had a little bit of a change in our atmosphere around here. The power's out. So, I'm just getting this. I've been charging my phone in the car, and that's why I could do this. So anyway, yeah, okay, so there were a lot of things to overcome to get this to you. And that's good. It's a good metaphor for, not letting anything get in my way. So it's not like producing this is that big of a deal. But to me and my sense of momentum, it is a big deal. So that's cool. And it's lightly raining now, but we got caught up in the hurricane force winds from, what was the name of that storm? Michael? I think that was the name of the storm. The first one was Florence, and that one they kept, there was this great build-up, great build-up, great build-up, great build-up, great build-up, oh my god, it's gonna be so terrible, la, 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 la. And then we had a week of rain, light rain for a week. Yeah, so, it's just, yeah, and, in fact, our tree that fell in the front yard had fallen before that. We've had a lot of rain this summer, and it's come in such a way that it's really soaked into the ground, and that's kind of uncommon here. So, anyway, we're getting more rain now. I just finished up my walk, so anyway, but I wanted to get this out and just keep my commitment, and I have to talk about something as a little side project. I was going to go to the flea market on Saturday, and with the power out and everything, I don't know how I'll get dressed and ready and get all my, well, anyway, I just don't know how that's going to happen. In fact, I don't know if the flea market will be open because the power outages in our area, they have it estimated, there are so many power outages that they put a time of Tuesday at just about midnight for all of our power to be back on. So we really don't know. And I know that there will be power on in a lot of places before that, but we really just don't know when our power, oh, excuse me, when our power will be back on. So we're just going to have to live with that uncertainty. My Tony Robbins listening has taken a hiatus, but I'm looking at that as an opportunity to having of the kind of experience where, yeah, sorry, Emma says make my brain go blah, 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 blah. Okay, so one of the problems that or situations, excuse me, that I've focused on figuring out solutions to is that I'm kind of all in or all out. And yeah, I wasn't this way with practice for my singing, so I don't understand in a way why I'm like that for this, but I am. If I miss, like with my physical exercise, if I miss a day, it's terrible. I went to Fiji once, and I was doing this really great before I went. I was thinking of this as an example, just to let you know how it's like really a thing for me. I went, okay, so I had been doing, back in the day, it was called The Firm, and that movie with Tom Cruise had come out, The Firm. So it was an exercise series, and you have these 2 steps and yada yada yada. Anyway, so I'm doing The Firm every day, and I'm like really empowered to do that every day, and I went out for my walk every day, and I came home and I did the firm, and I'm like, yeah, 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 you know. And I went to Fiji, and while I was in Fiji, I even took tapes so I could do the firm while I was in Fiji, because I had done it enough that I knew I could. I actually recorded the VHS tape so that I could play it to myself and do my exercises, you know, while I was in Fiji. And I was, you know, Fiji is like, you know, it's, you know, you get there, and I was even there for a health retreat. And even with all the running and all the blah, 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 when I got home, I didn't pick my firm back up, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it's not like I lost any ground while I was in Fiji, because it was just 10 days away, 11, something like that. And maybe 12 with travel on either side. But anyway, you know, to not pick that up, I mean, that's really, you know, had an impact, and it was my own doing. Anyway, I am not doing that this time. No matter what happens, you know, I'm gonna figure out what other people have figured out. It's okay to miss a day. I don't know exactly. One of the other things that I'm going to do while I've got this downtime, I've been thinking about this for a while, and this is a great opportunity to do that, is I've been thinking about these, Tony Robbins talks about these advertising things, you know, that you can get linked up in your head, because, you know, even though this commercial hasn't been on for a terribly long time, and maybe some of the younger people won't know what I mean by this, but if I say, Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Okay, so there's, you know, we get linked up, right? And there's another one that Tony uses. It's, how do you spell relief? You know? And anyway, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to use those commercials, and I'm going to try to put my own words in them. Like, I might use the Rolaids one. You know, how do you spell relief? And I've got how many letters? ROLAIDS, so 7 letters. So if I pick a word that I, you know, want to use, I can use it to advertise to myself. So that's good. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to take some time to do. And that just another way to break my pattern, and another way to do kind of things that keep on pointing me towards because Tony's big point is that what you focus on, you basically manifest, and it's because you focus on it. So if there was something that you ever wanted to do in your life, you got excited about it or whatever, you focused on it for however long a period of time you needed to make it happen. Okay, so focus. There's also a physical element, and I'm actually trying to let that be a little lesser, because I think I mentioned in another tape I used that before, and I really, really, really used it. And one of the problems with my MS is if I used that as my mechanism to run all these accomplishments that I'm going to have in my life, because that's what I did the last time, and I did a lot. My MS might just one of my days during the week, it might just sit up and say, no, you're not doing that today. So I really I want to work more with my focus and language. And language is, what you say to yourself, and what you say out loud. So he makes this a triangle, and there's a physical component, language component, and focus component. And what I'm working on also, although this is really a long-term goal, this is one of the things I'm focusing on, is how to use focus and language more so than the physical stuff to attain what I need to attain. I have still made a physical goal of running a marathon. Because honestly, no matter what happens, I'm going to do it. If MS takes my legs away, finally, as the doctor said years and years ago, that would happen, then I'll do it in a wheelchair. I don't care. I will find a way to do this. So I know it sounds absolutely ludicrous for somebody who is actually in my current state of health, which isn't great. I was in bed like 5 months last year, so I'm really starting from scratch on some of this physical activity stuff, and that's okay. The stuff that I'm reminding myself in this 30 days with Tony is really helping me get there faster, really, because I don't know, he just cuts through all the bullshit because he teaches you how to do it. And one of the things that he's done is all of those, when he was younger, he listened to all of these positive thinking tapes and that kind of stuff. But what he did was he took all the things that worked in each of the programs that he listened to, and he glommed them all together, and he created this master class of how to get yourself to do things. And I will not call it motivation, because it's not, and Tony never calls it. In fact, he's definitely not. If you ever see, by the way, there are fake Facebook pages. I ran into one the other night, Tony one. Fake Facebook page, and it says motivational speaker, and nothing could be further from the truth. That's not what Tony does. He doesn't just pump you up. That's what the image of motivational speaker does. In my head, at least, and in Tony's head, because he's really adamant that he's not a motivational. That's why there was a movie, and if you haven't seen it, it's a really good movie. And it says, the title is "I Am Not Your Guru," and yeah. Well, anyway, I've talked enough about Tony. Obviously, I'm focusing on Tony, but Tony is my mechanism right now to get to where I need to get in my head, so that I can get where I want to go. So, forgive me. Anyway, I think that's about it for today. So I'm taking this time to be a little bit apart, but that's okay. We've kind of got a forced, our power, if I didn't say it already, is not supposed to be until Tuesday. It's Thursday night. Yeah, hold on, let me make sure that it's Thursday night, because I'm going, wait, is it Thursday night? Well, I wasn't able to do that while I'm still doing this, but that's okay. Anyway, I want to finish this up. Let's wrap it up in the next 30 seconds or so. So, I'm just getting real, getting it done, not beating myself up about all the things I didn't do. Focusing on what I do want. Gonna have to find another way for the Mary Kay thing to happen this weekend, I think. It's just the way it's gonna have to be. And my upline is wanting me to make a $225 order, but I will not do that when I haven't made a cent from Mary Kay yet. I've spent quite a bit, but you know, I am not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I've done that. I've done that. I've done that. If I can't make the money from Mary Kay by sales, then I'm going to stop doing it, because I'm obviously not suited. I'm not going to keep on investing, because see, this is not my money that I'm investing, and I was okay to invest a little bit of money, but it's my mom's money. And I know that my mom wouldn't mind investing in my future. If it really becomes something, that's great. But I'm not going to continue to do that. It's not right. I will not do that. So, anyway, I'm going to try some things. I'm going to look up doing some, but I don't want to beat this to death, because people that do it all the time, do stuff all the time on Facebook, I've got some people that are really good at not driving you crazy with it. And there are some people that it's just, oh my gosh, you know. And the multi-level marketing. And I tell you what, the one thing about Mary Kay is if you get in a good, I was doing some reading. There are some people that are critical of the way Mary Kay is. And I really do think it depends on what group you get into. I think I'm in a good group right now. I think so. But I'm not going to go their way, even if they tell me, well, this is the way you do it. No, I don't care. I'm going to do it this way. And if it doesn't work, then we'll part ways at some point. But this is what I'm going to do. I am not going to corner my friends and make them have a party for me. I'm not going to do that. I am going to do some marketing on Facebook, but I'm going to be very clear in that marketing that you do not have to do this for me to keep on liking you. And, you know, this is not, if you have a Mary Kay need, and there are some free gifts and all of that, I'm going to do all the stuff. I'm going to make it very clear that this is not, and I'm going to make it very clear that it's not going to be a regular thing. This is kind of a push to keep, to get going. So anyway, because I am just I'm not going to do that. Because people do it. But then what happens is that it winds up being like, when you get some people under you, that's when you really start making money. And you will get them to do things that aren't necessarily good for them to get their business going. And I want to build an empire, and I am not going to treat people that way. I am not going to, my upline, she doesn't have any idea what my situation is. And that's okay. It's not her place to know. I'm in charge. It is my business. I am the CEO of my company in Mary Kay, and that's one of their big slogans. So anyway, I will talk to you later, and have a really good night. Okay.